Hello, and welcome back to OnePostSquirrel's YouTube channel for my first deck profile from Unbroken Bonds. And I'm going to do it on Honchkrow GX combined with Zoroark GX. Honchkrow's got a lot of disruptive attributes to him. He's got that Ruler of the Night ability, which is essentially Chaos Wheel while he's in the active. He's got the Unfair GX attack, allows you to discard 2 cards from your opponent's hand, as well as the Featherstorm attack, which is a little weaker against non-GX decks, but still enough to get the job done in a lot of cases. Obviously combining it with Zoroark GX for that amazing draw power in the trade ability, and the backup attacker who's not weak to lightning, like Honchkrow, with that Ride is Beating attack can put out some pretty solid damage. So let's switch to PTCGO and take a look at the cards. Here we are in PTCGO looking at this Honchkrow GX. He's got that Ruler of the Night ability, obviously, which prevents your opponent from playing Pokemon Tools, Special Energy, or Stadium cards when he's your active Pokemon. And the Unfair GX thing everyone's crazy about. Your opponent reveals their hand, and then you discard 2 cards from it. So combining this with Let Loose Marshadow, put your opponent down to a low hand size, discard the 2 best cards out of their hand with Unfair, and hopefully control their top decks with the Chip Chip, Ice Axe, and Hiker. So let's take a look at the rest of the cards. I've got a 3/3 line of the Murkrow Honchkrow. This Murkrow has an attack Astonish, which can reveal a random card from your opponent's hand and shuffle it into their deck. So pretty synergistic with the idea of trying to give your opponent a dead hand, but you don't want to really be using that attack. Obviously, Murkrow can evolve into Honchkrow via the Duskstone, which allows you to search your deck for a Mismagius, Honchkrow, Chandelure, or Aegislash, so importantly Honchkrow in this deck, including the GXs, and evolve it even on the first turn, or the first turn it was put into play. So this is going to allow you to cheat those evolution rules and get that Unfair GX turn 1. I've additionally got a 3/3 line of Zoroark. That trade ability allows you to discard 1 card from your hand and draw 2 cards. Ride is Beating, 20 damage for each of your Pokemon in play. Really solid damage output for when Honchkrow is not very effective. We've got 2 of the Marshadow with that Let Loose ability. Each player shuffles their hand into the deck and draws 4 cards. This is going to allow you to disrupt and set up for that Unfair GX play. 2 Tapu Lele to grab whatever supporters we need, generally a Lele turn, or a Lily turn 1, sorry. As well as just allowing you to pick up those Hikers, and we also have 1 Judge in here, in case we can't get the Marshadow off. Additionally, we've got a 1/1 line of Muck and a Ditto. The Muck shuts off basic Pokemon, so this is going to allow you to shut off Jirachis and actually be able to lock out Jirachi decks, as well as a Rangaroo. And the Ditto has the Almighty Evolution ability, which allows it to evolve into any stage 1. We've got a couple stage 1s, so that's very good in this deck. Moving on to the trainers, we've got 2 of that Chip Chip, Ice Axe. Look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck and choose 1 of them. They shuffle the other ones back in, and then you put the card that you want on top. We've also got Hiker, which is the supporter card version of that, which allows you to look at the top 5 cards and choose 1. They shuffle the rest back in, and then you put that card on top. So these cards are going to allow you to pick a dead card for your opponent to top deck, and you're going to kill their hand with the Marshadow Unfair combo, and then just hopefully knock them out through quick attacks. After that, we've also got 2 Mysterious Treasure. Discard 1 card, search for a Psychic or Dragon Pokemon. This is going to allow us to search out the Muck line, Marshadow, and our Leles. 4 Nest Wall allows you to search for a basic Pokemon, and that's going to help us set up all these various stage 1s. 2 switches can allow us to get into those Honchkrows on the turn 1. 4 Ultra Ball, more consistency, discard 2 cards from your hand if you do search for a Pokemon. Black Market is very strong in this deck, stronger than I thought when I initially made this deck. I just kind of put it in here as a counter stadium, but the more I think about it, the more sense it makes. When a dark Pokemon that has any dark energy attached to it is knocked out from an opponent's attack, that player takes 1 fewer prize cards. So the Honchkrow needs 1 darkness and 2 colorless for its attack Featherstorm here, which does 90 damage, and then 30 to 2 of your opponent's GX or EX Pokemon. So he's going to have a dark energy attached. The Ruler of the Night ability stops your opponent from playing stadium cards, so they're not going to bump this. The Black Market isn't going anywhere, not without a Guzma at least. So your opponent's going to be consistently taking 1 prizes for knocking out these Honchkrows, which is very nice. Additionally, I've got 1 Guzma, two of those hikers that I talked about before, one Judge, which is just Marshadow but on a supporter card, 4 Lilies. It's going to help us set up turn 1. So if we go first, we're going to want to play a Lily, get all our cards in order, and then set up for the unfair turn 2. A lot of times you can even get away with going second and still pulling off that Lily. 2 bodybuilding dumbbells is going to make our Honchkrows, Zoroarks, and Mucks harder to knock out by giving the stage 1 Pokemon that is attached to 40 more HP. 1 Choice Band makes your attacks do 30 more damage to EXs and GXs, and 2 Escape Boards. Reduces the retreat cost by 1, which is going to allow you to retreat out of all of your basics except for the Muck, or the Grimer, sorry. So if you start a Zorua, attach an Escape Board, it reduces that retreat cost by 1, and you can retreat into your Honchkrow for the turn 1. We've also got 4 Double Colorless and 4 Darkness Energy. So, oh sorry, I missed this Pow Pad somehow. Shuffle 2 supporter cards from your discard pile back into your deck. This is generally just going to get you back 2 hikers to continue the lock. Maybe Guzma, whatever you need. But enough about the deck, let's just take a look at it in action. Alright, we found one pretty quickly against Go-Goat and a series of numbers. He's got a water deck. Not too scared of that. The only thing we're really scared of is lightning decks. And obviously things with the built-in draw engines, such as Zoroark. Yep, going first, so I don't have to mention anything else. And I get a mulligan, which is nice because my hand is pretty dead. Okay, Tate and Liza, bunch of water energy, Brickle Hill. Not sure what we're looking at here. It's the Blastoise deck. Okay. So I cannot Guzma, but I can establish the Muck. And turn 1, no supporter cards. Or, sorry, no supporter cards, that would be really good. Turn 1, no special energy, tools, or stadiums for my opponent here. He dashes an energy. Nest Ball gets him maybe another Squirtle, we'll see. Yep, another little Squirtle. Floating Shell ability. If you have a Stadium card in play, this Pokemon has no retreat cost, but he can't play Stadiums, so that's going to be a little awkward for him. Of course, he's got the Articuno in the active right now, so I doubt he minds. Another Nest Ball comes down. See what he gets. Ooh. Very nice. He gets the Volcanion Prism, which allows him to Jet Geyser, push my Honchkrow out of the way, and he can now attach tool cards. Special energy, stadiums, all the good stuff. Wow, that that choice helmet is pretty annoying. Okay, well, he just played that Lily. Didn't seem like there's too much going on in his hand, but we can check it out and see. Unfair. What do you got? Okay, that's bad. Don't want him to have an Ultra Ball. Rescue Stitcher's fine. Wartortle will allow him to eventually evolve into that Blastoise, so no thanks. Oh, that was so stupid. He can now Rescue Stitcher for the Wartortle, but he chooses not to. That's an interesting play. Alright, I'm going to give him another Choice Helmet since that card is dead. 60 damage and I don't get to snipe, and you can see the downside of the Featherstorm attack when... Yep, he's going to Wartortle this turn. Don't know why he didn't do that last turn, but, you know. Oh, I see. The Choice Helmets are to combo with the Blastoise GX, who has the ability that reduces by 30. That's pretty good. I don't really want to touch that Dark Energy there, so I'm just going to Lily for a couple. Grab me another Zoroark. And a backup Honchkrow. Or Murkrow, sorry. Featherstorm. Knocking out this little Articuno. I'd really love to have established a second Honchkrow, but so I can be immune to this Jet Geyser thing he's got. But here we are. I've got 180 HP, so I believe he's... He chooses to go for a powerful Squall Blastoise instead of the other one, which is an interesting choice. The issue being, of course, yeah, he had a guaranteed... I don't know. I can't speak for my opponent's plays. Seemed a little questionable to me, but... Okay. So now I've got another Hiker. No, I should have traded my second trade first. Alright. I'll give him Pokemon Communication. Since he has no cards in hand, he can't play that. Yes, I should have traded first. Trade this skateboard. I could establish Muck, but there's no reason to do that yet. Just gonna hit him for 90. Of course, powerful Squall may let him power up a Hydro Tackle, but he can't knock me out with that. And we know his only card in hand is a Pokemon Communication. Alright, we got our mini Hiker, aka Chip Ice Axe. Alright. Bench another Zoroark. Hit that Chip so we can give my opponent a Rare Candy is a dead card. Looks good to me. Feather Storm for the knockout on his Blastoise. And see, a lot of times with this deck, the lock isn't going to be impenetrable, but the idea is, just Sonic Blast for my opponent. We know he didn't have anything. The lock isn't going to be impenetrable, but the idea is just to slow your opponent down enough that you can get a pretty insane prize lead on them before they get to do anything. Gonna do a couple trades. Alright, I'm gonna put back both those Hikers, and then I will Lele for one of them. My opponent has, we know he has Rare Candy, Pokemon Communication, and an unknown card in his hand. Now, if it's a Pokemon, we're handing him a Stage 2 here, obviously, since he can Pokemon Communication it away, and all that stuff, but don't really have too much of a choice. I'm going to attach a energy to that Lele there, and should I Muck him? He could have gotten a Water Energy, but if he got a Water Energy, then he doesn't have a Pokemon or a Stadium, so I'm not too scared of that, actually. Not too scared of the Jet Geyser. Just let my opponent get off one more Sonic Blast. See what he got off of his prize. Oh, he got a Pokemon. So he's going to play the Communication. I'm not really sure why. Could have just held onto that card since he did get the Blastoise. That's okay though. Blastoise's Solid Shell is going to make him immune to my secondary effect of the Feather Storm attack, but looks like my opponent quit already. Alright, found another one. Pretty easy to find matches on the ladder, sorry. right after a set drops. So I'm gonna call the coin flip tails as always, and I win it. I get to go first, pretty nice, and I start out with a crow. Not a great hand, but it'll have to do. Don't want to put that Marshadow down. See what my opponent's got. He's got a Slugma. Right. I'll nest ball for a Zoroark. Mysterious Treasure away one of my crows. Should have taken a better look at my deck. Is it that first one? Okay. So I've got the Muck prized. I've got let's see. Got an Ultra Ball prized. Got a Lily prized. Got a TCE prized. Alright. Can't really tell what the rest is right now, but that should be good enough for now. And I'm just gonna Lily. Grab me some extra cards. Backup Crow. Turn 1 energy attachment. I'll attach the dark energy. Over to my bonus turn. Alright, Nest Ball. A lot of people out here playing these fire decks, but fire support from the new set is pretty insane. And a Welder. Turn 1 from my opponent. He's attaching to a Slugma, so I think he's probably playing a Mad Cargo deck. Mad Cargo GX, that is. And yeah. He attaches also to the active. I could knock it out this turn, but I don't think that's going to happen. The question is, do I Marshadow him or no? And he has 5 cards. He just played a Welder. I'll Marshadow him. Alright, I'm going to trade the other Zoroark. Okay, and alright, I can play the Dusk Stone, grabbing my other crow. Bodybuilding dumbbells don't really fix the math at all, but kind of have to do it. And I'm going to play the Chip Chip X. Okay, the awkward thing about this is I don't really know what my opponent has in hand, but I'm going to give him a Salazzle, hoping he doesn't have anything that will combo with that to give him too many cards. And then I'm going to Unfair. So I will discard the Slandit and the Lily. Since we know his top pick is a Salazzle. He does have an Ultra Ball though, but to use that he would have to discard everything in his hand. Instead he goes for the Pokénav. He ranges his top 3, so we're going to definitely want to get in there and disrupt those. I'm going to trade the Grimer. Muck is prized, so I'm not going to get too much value out of that this game. And I don't have a way to rearrange his top cards, so he's going to get whatever he wants. Whatever that top card he put on there was, that's what he's getting. Probably a supporter. Ultra Ball. Gets him a Mad Cargo GX. So it's 50 plus 50 for each energy on him. He can only do the Burning Magma attack this turn. He's going to hold off, it makes sense. Alright, trade doesn't really net me anything. So I'll just Featherstorm. 92 more hits, and this man's out of here. Crushing Charge, I believe that does let him knock out. Oh, he chooses not to. Alright, fair enough. Discard Marshadow and Dumbbells to get me another Zoroark. I can knock him out this turn if I get the Choice Band. Didn't get it, so here we are. Featherstorm one more time. And if my opponent doesn't get a basic Pokemon this turn, I win. And it looks like he didn't, and the Crow takes another win. Alright, time to crack some packs to end the video. Got a lot of fun matches in, so I'm really excited to see what else we can make with these new Unbroken Bonds cards. I got a little Mr. Mime Jr., sorry. I like this Snorlax art a lot, it's pretty cool. Clomp Clomp Clobber, pretty cool attack name as well. Let's open another one. Yeah. Ooh, a reverse Grass Energy. That's pretty nice. And a Ho-Oh Hollow. Oh, that's a very nice hollow pattern. Alright. We could open these rare chests too while we're at it. 20 coins. 20 coins. Arceus Prism. Very nice. Got one more. A full art Necrozma GX. That's pretty sick out of just a hollow rare chest. Alright, I think that's about it for me, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.